this week's studio vlog. You've joined me on a really beautiful sunny Tuesday evening. So I've already spent this morning just basically working on a little daily doodle. I've done a little rhino doodle and been doing a little bit of planning. I've now come out into my shed because basically I really for some reason want to start learning how to do wood carving. When I was younger I was really obsessed with like little wooden toys and things like that, and I just think it's like I already like making stuff out of clay, and last week I obviously made the little face masks for my little nephews, so I thought I'm going to just kind of give it a go. So I don't really have a clue what I'm doing. So I'm in my shed and I've already got out the stuff that I want to use. So I've got I've sketched out a little dinosaur and I've already started like chiseling away at it. So I've got loads of little hammers and chisels and stuff like that, and I'm just going to kind of just give it a go and see how it ends up. Into the kitchen just to cook myself some dinner. So today I think I'm going to cook myself some homemade lentil and mozzarella meatballs, and then I'm going to put them with some tomatoey pasta. So these are I'm kind of making up the recipe as I go along, so these are the ingredients that I'm deciding to use on them. I've got some pois lentils, and I think they're pois and green lentils. I'm using cheap ones that are already cooked because I can't be asked to wait for the lentils to soften and stuff like that, so I'm going to use some of that. I'm going to put some carrots and some peppers and courgettes, some breadcrumbs, sunflower oil, some mozzarella cheese, some spinach and onion. Oh, I didn't get my mushrooms out. I'm going to put some mushrooms with it. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of invent a little recipe. So I'm now back in my room. I've just finished having my dinner. My lovely little meatballs turned out really nice. I was actually quite proud of myself, seeing as I didn't actually follow like a recipe and kind of made up as I went along. They actually worked out quite nicely and quite scrummy. I also really enjoyed myself when I was sitting there starting to do some wood carving. I didn't really have a clue what I was doing, and I realised halfway through that I probably could have used a saw, but to be honest it was quite like therapeutic and relaxed for me. I think it kind of got rid of a bit of like nervous energy that I had. I think going and whacking some wood with a chisel really got that out of my system. I felt quite good, and I was quite pleased that I'd done like a little dinosaur design on it because it felt like a bit of an archaeological dig. Yeah, it was really nice, and it's given me a few ideas for some like kid stories and some kid themed illustrations around archaeology and dinosaurs, so it's weird where your inspiration comes from sometimes. So I'm now ready to sit and do some actual proper work. Today I want to work on some paintings that I've got lying around in my studio, so I'm just going to quickly show you some of them. I've got this little baby portrait here that I want to finish off, which is getting close to having like the first underneath layer done. A self-portrait of myself that I wanted to try and finish off. These are all just for like commission samples, because I do portraits as commissions, and sometimes people like to see what your style is before they obviously buy from you. So I thought I'd do a little portrait as a commission sample. So this is like a black and white painting that I've done of my nanny and granddad's wedding photo. And then I've got this portrait as well of my other lovely nanny, who sadly isn't with us anymore. But yeah, I want to work on that. So they're all at various stages of being done. But I think I'm just going to have a little evening of doing portrait painting, and I need to work on a couple of commissions. Okay, good afternoon. I've just popped outside. I'm halfway through doing my little daily doodle, but I wanted to come outside and get a bit of fresh air, and I also want to do a couple of little gardening tasks. I've got some little beetroots growing here, which I'm going to completely harvest them, because I've got a couple of beetrooty recipes that I want to try and make this week. I want to do some beetroot pickle to start getting ready for Christmas and stuff like that. So I'm going to basically completely clear this bed. I've got some tomatoes growing. They're looking quite nice and juicy. The rest of the plant isn't, but I just need to water them. They'll be fine once I give them a bit of water. I need to pull up all of these carrots. I don't think they've been very successful this year. They didn't really have enough space to grow, so I think they're probably just like a little bit stumpy and not particularly happy. So I'm just going to accept defeat on them and pick them. I might be able to use the carrots in like a soup or something, so I'm not going to waste them, but I don't think they've been particularly very successful. This courgette bed I'm going to completely clear, because I think it's come to the end of its produce making session. One of the main things that I want to do is I obviously need to water them, so they have been looking healthier than this, but it's been quite a hot couple of days, so I need to water them. But these are my little strawberry plants, and basically according to my nanny, these little strawberry arms that they're growing, if I plant this bit and like all the little knobbly bits into some little pots of soil, but leave them attached to the main strawberry plant. I think apparently within the next 2 or 3 weeks they will then turn into strawberry plants themselves. And look, there's loads of them, so hopefully if I put them in some soil and give them a good water, they can then become some more strawberry plants for next year. There's a couple of dead plants that I need to get rid of as well, and then I also need to deadhead some of these sunflowers and collect their seeds, because that's what I done last year, ready to plant them next year. There's a little ladybird living in that one. But yeah, some of the dead sunflowers I need to deadhead. Obviously not all of them are dead, some of them are alright, they just need to be watered. Like these ones over here looking quite pretty. Quite proud of these ones. And then I've got a massive giant one over there, which is my favourite one, and I think it's the competition winner. The first thing I need to do is kind of work out what colour background I'm going to go for on them. So usually when I do my little daily doodle sketches, I tend to do a little wash of background colour before I then paint the actual image on top. And what this basically allows me to do is it's an easier way of then being able to judge like light tones and dark tones. So what I need to do is kind of find a colour that I think will go really well with the colours of the lion tamarans, and then go from there. So I think I'm probably going to go for quite an autumny themed colour scheme, so like reds and oranges and yellows and like that type of colour, and I think I'm probably going to go for quite a dark wash of colour, because in theory that should then make the colours of the tamarans pop out a little bit more. So I'm now back at my desk ready to start working on these little golden lion tamarin sketches. These are the ones that I ended up doing the other day. I'm quite pleased with them. I think they're really cute. I especially like this little one. I love his little expression on his face. And this one just seems to be happy gnawing away at some food. But yeah, I'm going to work on these ones, but I think what I might do is use a slightly different colour scheme for these. So obviously these ones here I used like a very reddy, orangey, purpley colour scheme because I thought they were quite autumnal, and I think I'm sort of happy with them, but I also think that it might be nice just to do ones where they really are contrasting against the background, because these ones kind of blend in quite a lot into the background. So yeah, I think with these ones here I'm probably going to use like some greeny bluey backgrounds and then see how the colours act on that. So I've just been sitting in my living room drawing these little observational drawings of some of like the little ornaments that we have lying around in our living room. So this is Dolly and Ted, and this is Wurzel Gummidge. They're like little knitted teddy bear things that sit on our piano. So I sat and drew them, but I thought it would be quite a nice idea to come in and also draw some of the things on my windowsill. So I think I'm probably going to sit and draw Ted with the little red jacket. He's a very grumpy little bear. He's got a nice little red jacket on, and then I'm going to sit and draw his cat tie as well. That one there is very dead. I need to rescue it, but I'm still going to sit and draw it tonight. Drawing from real life and observation is something that I really want to start doing more of. It's alright, I think it's alright drawing from reference photos and stuff like that, but sometimes you don't quite get the same amount of information that you do when you're drawing from real life, and I think drawing from real life really makes you practice scales and proportions and foreshadowing and stuff like that. Is it foreshadowing? Is that a word? I don't know, but I just think it's very good at honing your eye on shapes and tone and stuff like that. I'm just going to use my little black biro pen like I've done with these two. I quite like the look of these two because they sort of remind me like a little storybook page. So I think I'm just going to do a few more little dinky sketches with my black pen. Good afternoon. So I've just popped outside because I want to sit and do a little bit of drawing outside in the garden. So the other day obviously I deadheaded a load of my sunflower heads, so I thought what I would do is sit and actually try and draw some of these, and I also want to draw some of the other flowers around the garden, so I thought I'd come outside and sit and do a bit of drawing out here. the little observational drawings I ended up doing of my beetroot and my sunflower heads. I ended up only using the black pen, just because I just got carried away with it, but I actually quite like the actual sketchbook spread. It sort of reminds me a little bit of like a abstracty textile print, and there's elements of it that I could use to actually design a textile print design. Next up, what I just want to quickly work on is I want to develop a little story idea that I've come up with. So the other day I was watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and the song Cheer Up Charlie came on, you know, cheer up Charlie, da, 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 that one. So when I was watching it, I sat and kind of designed this little, it's not actually Charlie Bucket, it's a different little boy, but I thought I'd do this design a little boy character. And weirdly, I always associate Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with Christmas, so I decided to put him like a little Christmas jumper. I then thought, well, like, why is he so sad at Christmas time? And then kind of started trying to think of a story ideas to try and explain why he's so sad at Christmas. So I did immediately have to draw him happy because I was like, he looks so sad, and I didn't like it. But I want to now just kind of sit and kind of just type out like some of my story ideas for it.